Hey, what is up, guys? It is Drew here, and we're back with Locked In with Drew and Wes.
Yes, sir.
We have a lot to talk about. We have a great show here today, and we just finished up watching the All-Star weekend. I mean, the All-Star game's Sunday, but the All-Star counts.
We've watched all the other events, yes.
Yes, and I mean, the All-Star game isn't anything crazy anyways.
Yeah, not anymore.
No, and I mean, it's not very competitive. It never really has been, to be honest. It's always been like a fun thing with the big names.
It was like an East and a West thing back in the day. It was like, they actually kind of battled out, but
yeah, now it's like the team. I think they might be going back to that actually. I think that's this year. It's like that. It used to be like the last couple of years. It was the pick teams. I don't think they're doing that this year. So, anyways, going to the 3-point contest that we finished up watching. It was a pretty good game. Pretty good contest. Dame Lillard came out as the leader.
Game time.
Yeah. Yep. Even though he waited till the very last shot to make it Dame time to seal the deal in the final round. But our picks didn't make it out of the first round.
No.
Malik.
They were sleepers. But.
Yes, absolutely. But Malik Beasley I think he had 20 points. And Markin had 25. Right?
Yeah, that's 1 point.
Because he has 1 point short.
1 point away from being able to. Well, it would have been a tiebreaker again, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would have been like a 5-way tiebreaker. Yeah. So it's not even guaranteed, I guess.
No.
But
no. That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's his first time. So.
Mm-hmm. And for his height, it's crazy. Like him and Kat both having big performances. It's not big men. It's not a big man count.
Yeah, Kat missed one at the end too, and that's kind of what.
Yeah, in the second round, right?
Yeah.
And that kind of because Trey had 24, he had 22, and Dame had 26.
I thought Kat had 24 too, but he missed the last 2-pointer.
I'm pretty sure he had 22.
Oh, did he?
He had 22.
Okay.
Yep. But he probably could have tied for second, I guess. They probably didn't care. But
yeah.
So yeah, it went Dame, then Trey Young, and then Karl Anthony Towns. Which I mean, it was very cool. The tiebreaker actually helped as we were playing basketball, so we were able to make make the dunk contest, watch a little bit more. But so we were able to get a good view of that stuff. We had to watch the highlights of the 3-point contest.
The dunk contest was pretty good.
Yeah,
that wasn't what it was past couple of years. It's been kind of rough, but Matt McClung is our savior.
He's the savior of the dunk contest.
Yep.
I was really hoping Jaylen Brown was going to have a better performance.
Yeah, it was okay from Jaylen Brown. It was nothing crazy. I don't like the fact that they booed him there. But
yeah, I was getting pretty pissed because Indianapolis, the host of the All-Star game, were booing Jaylen Brown. Yep. And the reason I say that I am pissed instead of just, maybe it ticked me off, was because I made a video earlier this week talking about how if Jaylen Brown has a good performance, there's a possibility that this dunk contest can level up.
Yeah.
These bigger names maybe get interest. But
and try it out.
Yeah, we can get these guys. I understand the dunk contest, we were talking. It's a young players thing.
Yes.
Because injury and also just more bounce of these younger, more athletic players, of course. But still, there's young guys like John Morant. I mean, Zion Williamson does have an injury concern, so maybe not. But Anthony Edwards, guys like that.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards might be crazy.
And I get that they would probably have better dunks than Jaylen, just because they're probably more athletic. But still, it's a bad look.
Jaylen Brown coming in, and making a way for All-Stars and players of that caliber to possibly do it again.
Right.
It's not very fun when the crowd boos him, but
when it was the first All-Star for 6 years that they've had a participant in the dunk contest. It's I understand that you have an expectation and maybe he wasn't reaching the expectation, but either way, I think it's pretty. I think it's a classless thing overall.
I don't think he did that bad though.
No.
He didn't
wasn't insulting
miss every dunk and did so terrible. He had a tribute.
Yeah.
In his dunks, in his routine there, and then he had a little Michael Jackson glove, but. And that wasn't bad.
I was talking to Wes when that dunk happened. I understand it wasn't the craziest dunk, but thinking about it, it was an offhand. He's a right-handed guy, and it was with a glove, less traction. The ball isn't. And I think did he do it first try? Or is it two? Is it 2 attempts?
I think the glove one he got at first try because it wasn't a very complex, but he went over the dude.
Right.
Switched hands, did it with the glove hand.
Right. And now, do you want to talk about your gripe? I mean, I agree, but first Mac McClung
Oh yes,
dunk.
the first Mac McClung dunk where he jumped up, he did like a half spin, grabbed the ball, let's go, grabs it again, back scratcher.
Yes.
Has anybody even done that?
No.
Nobody's even done that. And he got a 46 from one of the judges.
Mm-hmm. And
if that would have made him like not be able to participate in the next round of dunk contest, I'd have been pretty mad.
Yeah.
Because that was the best dunk out of the whole thing, probably.
Mm-hmm.
If you really want to look at it that way.
By like difficulty.
By difficulty, yeah. By everything never even seen before, like new dunks like that. How does a new dunk get a 46?
Yeah.
Like nobody else was getting any 46s. It was all 47s or 48s, just depending on how many they got on what their score was. But that first one was.
Right, and
that was
like
that was annoying.
I don't think the excuse that it took him 2 attempts is a good excuse.
No.
The difficulty.
Second attempt on a dunk like that? No.
Yeah.
No. It's not like he'd like, because we've seen before where people just miss and miss and miss. Mm-hmm. And they try hard dunks and then they just end up settling with an easy dunk because they can't hit them.
Yeah.
Nope. He went for it on the second attempt, only missed it once and got it.
Right.
That's not a 46. I'm sorry.
Right. And he didn't there was no really part that was a issue with it. He didn't lightly lay it up. He put it down powerfully.
Yes.
There wasn't he didn't. And none of his dunks he ever boosted or nothing, showing off how
jumped over Shaq without boosting. Yeah. Like you said, you seen Jaime Jaquez.
Yes.
Boost over Shaq on his first one, but Mac did not.
Mm-hmm.
Mac did not.
And I get that. He is tilting down a little bit, but he was tilting down for both dunks, and I think that was a 1-up of that first dunk for Jaime.
It was too.
Because it was just that dunk was cool. It was a cradled windmill, and it was cool to do it over Shaq, even though it's kind of getting a little tired out because a lot of people are dunking over Shaq.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was Mac's dunk was just so much more. It was so much more impressive.
It was so much better, and we got a 46 score out of that. We almost lost it.
I was about to lose it too because if he didn't make it to the second round,
I'd have been mad.
I would have lost because I know I actually liked Jacob Toppin. He actually had a pretty good night.
He did have a good dunk
and didn't make it to the second round, which I tweeted out. It was for the good of the dunk contest because if the All-Star participant gets out round 1, it would look pretty bad.
Yep.
But at the same time, if we are looking at it,
they just may be more discouraged to do it if they're just going to get out first round.
Right, and looking at the dunks, I don't know if Jaylen Brown really deserved to make it to the second round. I mean, he had some all right dunks.
It wasn't like we said, we've seen much worse, so we're not complaining in that sense. But
and not boo worthy at all. I mean,
right.
And how many that one with the hat with Jaime Jaquez?
I wasn't quite sure about
that one was just weird.
Yeah, he kept his hair out of his face while he was trying to do that spin.
Yeah,
for long enough. That's probably it. Too.
And I don't know what it really did to the dunk.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Anyway,
I'm telling you, that hair. He has a lot of hair going on there. He probably kept it back by spinning and doing that. He probably needed it back for a little bit so he could see what he was doing.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, I'm thinking about he probably needed his hair out of the way for a minute.
Right, but back to back, Mac McClung, dunk contest champion. Do you think the question was asked? Of course, he didn't confirm it about running it back for a three-peat. Him continuing to do it for years.
He said, "Never say never," but
right.
What do you think? He's probably coming back.
I
Mac McClung.
Hope. I
would hope so too. For the good of just dunk contests and seeing dunks that we've never even seen. 2 years in a row now, he's done dunks that we've never even seen. Mm-hmm. So keep him coming.
I really because
at least while he's young, man.
He's got the power to bring excitement back to dunk contest.
Yes,
every time it was his turn, you're like, we're gonna see something crazy.
Oh, he's doing something nuts. And everybody's getting up, everybody's recording with their phone. They're all like, oh shoot.
Yeah.
Here's the Mac time.
And all the guys are going crazy. That Giannis thing after, his face after the Shaq dunk, that was fire.
Yeah.
That was cool. But we both really hope that Mac keeps going. I mean, I think that's his big thing too, especially out of high school. He was the super athletic guy.
Right. He's very athletic.
And with only a 6'1", height. He's doing
He's
a lot.
going over Shaq. Like, what the heck, bro? He's crazy.
Maybe that's why it also looks so impressive, too. Like, Nate Robinson, he was only 5'9", and he won a couple dunk contests because a lot of times
looks crazy.
So crazy.
You look so small. You're just flying up like that, dude. Like, come on.
Yeah.
It does look awesome.
But moving on to a brand new event that we talked about. Our prediction was correct, but we do want to say that Sabrina did a great job. Steph versus Sabrina was actually a lot of fun. That was actually a cool event.
That was actually pretty cool.
And like we want to say, absolute props to Sabrina. Very good performance.
Very good performance. Tied the winning one for the 3-point contest anyways.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like that's, and then we seen that even the length from the NBA 3-point line and the WNBA line is different. So that's just even more props to her for hitting all those and being so consistent in that. Like,
yeah, like she had to adjust to a new distance. Now she had to use her right ball, which I did see some people saying, like, was I questioning that? That makes perfect sense. I mean,
it's what she plays with. It's what she shoots with. Like, you're already changing the distance.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna change the ball as well, make it a different ball that she's shooting with.
Well, like,
that doesn't make any sense.
No. Men's basketball and women's basketball through every level is different sizing. So I don't know why you would. I mean, and this isn't like this is a fun thing in the All-Star break. It's not like
it's just a fun thing for them to be doing. It's not like like we said, the distance is longer for her to shoot from already. Just let her use the ball that she's always shot with. Like, you're going to change the ball, it's going to mess her up really bad.
Right.
And she's not going to make any, and then it's not going to do anything for you.
And then it's not going to be as close of a battle even. Because also, she had the not level playing field against the best shooter we've ever seen in the sport.
Yes.
And she lost by 3.
By 3, yeah.
If she makes a money ball, if she makes a starry ball, or makes a money ball and one more regular ball,
that's tied.
That's tied. And like, I don't know. This is very impressive by her.
I thought it was very impressive. She did very well in that. She really did.
And I wanna the Shaq meme. I was not familiar with your game. I'm very impressed. And that we both were. I know we instantly said Steph, and yes, we were correct, but I wasn't expecting it to be this. Like, this was incredibly close.
She did well.
And she was knocking down stuff. And I saw she does shoot 45% from WNBA.
That's
so maybe things could have been different if you had her on her line, Steph on his line.
Maybe, but if she's doing that good from the NBA line, just let her practice a little bit more. Like, then she's really, Curry's better watch out. You better make a few extra shots.
Yeah.
Like,
when it came down, like it looked like the second to last rack. Is Steph gonna lose?
Right.
Like I know we kind of and I don't want it to be a thing of underestimating, but Steph is the best shooter. I think it was just the automatic thing of we just kind of thought Steph was gonna win just because he literally is the best.
He's him. Yes.
But it was wow, and then Steph did clutch it up in Steph fashion in the final rack.
He did.
But it was very fun event. I hope they do some more stuff with it because that could be really fun.
She really liked doing it. Seemed like she was very positive with what she said and her experience doing it. So hopefully we get some more.
Who is that? Because they talked about it in the commentators. Who is that Iowa guard? I can't.
Caitlin Clark.
Yes, I can't remember her name.
They're like, when she makes it in to the WNBA, they'll bring her out too, maybe.
That would be maybe add Steph and Dame or whoever else you want to have the men do. Maybe have a duos thing. I don't know. Maybe you can change it up a little bit. Have one you have two. They shoot each half of it or something.
Yeah.
Whatever. Just have some fun with this. This can be a really fun event that is totally different and a refresh.
Yeah.
For this All-Star weekend that
it is.
Has started to get a little stale. I mean, because we're having the same stuff and the dunk contest until recently with Mac
until last year. It was the year before. I remember watching the year before that, and it was everybody was missing their first 2-3 attempts, and it's what are we?
It's getting.
We're not even watching dunks. We're just watching misses.
And it's I understand that they're going for sometimes crazy stuff.
Yes, they are.
But we want the instant gratification as fans to be wow, that was a cool dunk. 1-2 attempts. We don't need 5, 6. Then it, like, yeah, you made it, but it's not as cool anymore. We watched you miss it 5 straight times.
Right. It's, yeah. They're much better now. Matt McClung, savior, like we said.
Yeah.
He is a savior. And hopefully Obi's brother comes back. He has some good dunks, like you said. So hopefully he comes back and hopefully
some stars. I mean, I don't know if the Jaylen Brown thing really did bring it in, but hoping that this All-Star weekend can add some more stuff. I know there's like 1v1 tournaments that were a very long time ago, like talked about as a fun idea by fans, but I don't think that's probably gonna happen.
Right.
But hoping that they just keep adding new stuff to this All-Star weekend. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a good entertainment thing, like the Pro Bowl did with the new events. It's just something different. It's something that we can, as fans, enjoy. The players probably enjoy it too. It's something different. And
those Pro Bowl events, by the way, the Lions carried all those.
Yes.
If you go back and look, carried.
Yes. And except for Jameer. Jameer in the dodgeball sucked. He first one
he did suck in the dodgeball. Yeah.
Yeah, that was terrible. He's the first for them.
But I think Jameer got a receiving tutty in the Pro Bowl game though.
Okay, yeah.
I think he got a receiving tutty, and then St. Brown got a tutty and like over 100 yards in that game. So yeah, we carried. That's all I can say. Yeah. Panay pushing the thing, Hutch hopping up. Yeah, we're nuts.
Yeah.
Hutch single-handedly winning tug of war.
But I guess now moving also off of All-Star Weekend, moving to the Pistons, we have a very odd moment. Isaiah Stewart was arrested before the Suns game this last week for punching Drew Eubanks during the entrance of the front tunnel.
Yep.
And I did cover this on a short form content thing on my TikTok and on my YouTube and everything. I do want to make it clear this was not an unprovoked thing that the Suns official made it sound like. It definitely was not. It was a there was talking going on. We haven't seen a video come out, of course, so we don't know full context. But with that being said, I don't want a picture to be painted that's completely true.
Right. Now nobody even knows the full. Like you said, we don't have video yet. They said they were going to find a video, and we haven't seen any clips from that yet. So we'll have to see what it really looked like. But it was said that they were chest to chest, talking it up, and then Stu threw a punch.
Yeah.
So,
and of course, that's our guy. You know, he's a Pistons guy. He's a big locker room guy for the Pistons. He's probably gonna get some sort of suspension, but we'll see, of course. But we'll
see if it's anything similar to what happened to Draymond.
Yeah,
because it's
like a therapy
similar
thing.
events type of thing, you know.
Yeah,
I know it was before the game and not during, but I don't know if that's.
And I wonder
if that's any worse.
If the track record thing maybe has a thing.
Yeah.
I know that Isaiah Stewart doesn't have the best track record. I know the thing when he went after LeBron hit him in the face.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not gonna act like that wasn't a bad move by LeBron, like hitting him like there. That I would be mad too. There's certain things where he does definitely have a Draymond-esque temper.
Right.
So
I would say it like that too. Yeah.
But at the same time,
he has a little bit of a temper to him. That's for sure.
Like, I don't know. We definitely need to see more context before we completely villainize him. But he shouldn't have punched him, no matter what was said. I mean, there's just rules to this stuff. If you know what I mean, assaulting someone's not the right way to go about it. And I mean, now you're looking at some serious punishment that we don't even know what you're gonna get.
Yeah,
and
we don't know.
I mean, he has looked good this year. You know what I mean? He's starting to look better on shooting wise. He's improving. But
step by step, yes.
Now we might miss you for the rest of the season. We don't know.
We don't know. But like you said, we're trying to paint it. We're not trying to paint it as such a bad picture as maybe some people are. So we'll have to see what the context is for that. Right.
And when it does, I will report on it. We will talk about it on the next podcast once it is full and we know for sure what's going on. But I haven't seen any new reports on anything, and there might be a case that we never see the video and we're just gonna have to speculate. You know what I mean? The NBA might not want it to come out.
Yeah, we'll see what they do with it. That's for sure.
Right, but
that's interesting.
Hopefully, if it is something wrong with Stu mentally, he's like bad temper, whatever it is. Hopefully, he can work on it. not only for him as a Piston, but him as a person. Same thing with Draymond, how we want them to do well in the court, but also we don't want to see these guys in legal trouble.
Right. You just don't want to see that. So.
It's the stuff with bad stuff like John Morant and Miles Bridges we've talked about in prior podcasts is not what you want to see.
It's just not good stuff to see. It's just kind of sad, really. Yeah. With their opportunity that they're given, but. And
I mean, not to play this card because I absolutely don't think that these players are they came up as the athletes. This isn't exactly their responsibility, but kids do look up to these guys whether they care about it or not.
They do too.
It's not great to see the stuff that's going on. You know what I mean? John Morant stuff, the Miles Bridges stuff, and even the Draymond and Stu stuff. It's not cool stuff.
Yeah, it's not good. We need to put a little rein on that and end it.
And maybe it's a move by Adam Silver that says Isaiah Stewart that's completely unacceptable. Even if it was a thing that was instigated, you cannot do that. 20-game suspension, maybe more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you said, maybe season. So
maybe just straight up hit this up, nip it in the butt, so players don't think this is okay. We don't need to be having this stuff happen because it's not good for the look of the league, and it's not good for the players and everything like that.
And injuring other players is not a good thing either. So
not even in injuries. We already have enough injuries on the court. We don't need any more off.
Yes, exactly. So.
But yeah, I guess moving off this subject, well, I do want to say we were very optimistic about the Pistons. Maybe that's changed. We're not going to talk about it a whole lot on this podcast. We're going to move on to the Lions, but I just want to say.
You want to talk a little bit about it?
Okay, we can talk about it.
We'll talk about the Suns game because we watched that game.
Yes.
And we watched James Wiseman get the ball on most plays.
And how'd they turn out? How'd those plays go?
Those plays are terrible, dude. I don't know why we're scheming everything. It seems like everything. Oh, we're gonna scheme. All right, yeah, we were talking about James Wiseman and how we're just scheming him up every play. Every play, down the court, pick and rolls, give it to James Wiseman, and he loses it. It's like they tag him. They tag him too. They know he can't hold that ball. Mm-hmm. They know he's just less experienced and just not the same caliber as everybody else on the court. Really, is what I'm seeing. Right. Because he's attacked. He's always ripped. He's always stolen. He makes bad plays. He can't shoot. I don't know. What if you're big and you can't make any plays in the post? What can you do?
Right.
I just don't understand him on the court. Yes, we traded Bagley and we've been making moves. I would rather have Bagley on the court every day of the week over Wiseman. I'm sorry. Bagley is just he can score. At least he can score, and he's big to be in there in the paint, and he does not turn the ball over like Wiseman. Mm-hmm. Maybe he does, because everybody turns the ball over. But if you watch Wiseman, he was negative 28 that game.
Yep.
Negative 28 plus minus. Yep. Nobody else was even negative 20 on our team. That right there is a stat that you need to look at and be like, who's our problem? You know, it's just, I don't know. It's very hard to watch him on the court. Very, very hard.
Yeah.
Very hard. So many turnovers, so many just bad.
Those minutes, we were watching it together, and it was... That was painful.
It's bad.
That was so painful.
There's no other word. It's so just not good at what he's supposed to be doing. Second pick. Maybe he has stuff going on. Maybe I don't know. Former second round pick. He's just not good. Just not good. Negative 28 is not good. Mm-hmm. You're on the court. We're losing. We're down by 30. Are you kidding me?
Right. That's bad.
That's bad.
That's actually,
that's really bad.
That's a high level of bad.
He's reaching new levels. Yeah. He's doing something.
I do want to, if we're going to talk about this Pistons team, I need to talk about my biggest gripe.
Yeah, go ahead.
We are going to be at the Pistons game next Saturday.
The 24th.
Yeah, the 24th. And yeah, if you guys do see us and you want to say hi, absolutely. But anyways, with that being said, my biggest gripe, and you might hear me screaming on the television of how loud I will get if things start becoming stupid. If I see an all-bench lineup out there, I will be starting the best chant, or the loudest chant, not fire, or not sell the team, fire Monty Williams. I'm fed up. I'm beyond done with this, because this team isn't as bad as this record is, and I completely agree with that. I do not think that Monty Williams is putting this team in a way to succeed. I have seen it all season long, but here's two, just things I've talked about in a short that, is legit. Right now, against the Suns game, we had 3 minutes left in the first quarter. 23-23.
Yep.
He puts the all-bench lineup in, and we go on 37-25 going into the fucking second quarter. This team is not good enough to make up for that type of deficit yet. I understand, but
no.
And even if we are, you're digging holes we don't need to be in.
We don't need to be digging holes.
I understand taking out some of your starters. Stagger your starters like every other team in the fucking league. I'm getting done with this guy. He makes poor decisions. He doesn't use timeouts fucking ever. Or when he does use them, he doesn't use them. He uses them.
He uses them after we lost the lead.
Yeah.
Or we're down by 20 now, and he tells timeout.
We're up 10. We're down 20. Now let's call a timeout, Monty. I don't understand. You either wait till the lead is gone if we have a 20-point lead, or you wait till we're down 10-20 if we have a 10-point lead. You can't do this with a young team. I understand you want to have them work through adversity, but at the same time,
why so much adversity? Why are you putting it through infinite amounts of adversity every game? No, let's hold leads. Let's play smart. Let's stop. Let's take a break when we need to take a break, and we're not shitting the bed or something.
Well, there'll be times where we're coming back from this terrible shit. I will call timeout, and we're starting to get things going. We hit a couple threes. You know what that other team does? They call a timeout. You know why? Because we're catching fire. They're going to take our momentum. They're going to draw up a play because their coach knows what the fuck they're doing, and they don't get a bucket.
And they stop our momentum.
And then they get that, and then, our run slows down. We don't have that momentum, and we're not going to hit that same shot, and then we're back in the same puzzle we were in before.
Yep.
And now, this isn't just the Suns game, and it's not even just these two games.
It's not.
But against the Lakers, we had a terrible start. And that's fine. The guys weren't shooting well, and I understand. That's out of Monty's control. But we started to come back, and we broke that deficit down to 13 with 3 minutes left in the third quarter.
Yep.
He proceeds to put the all-bench lineup in
with
3 minutes left. A 3-minute thing, by the way. Last 3 minutes of a certain quarter, he decides to fuck the entire game.
Yep.
With that being said, all-bench lineup, that goes to 20 points. Going to the fourth, he keeps that same lineup that just gave up 7 points. And now, guess what?
Unanswered.
He gives up. Yeah, unanswered points. And now, we decide that we're just going to give up on the game. And by the way, Monty Williams, we have 8 wins.
I hate that we
Why are we giving up on games?
I hate that we give up.
We don't want to have injuries. I understand that to an extent when you're a playoff team. We have 8 wins. Right. What are we saving it for?
Well, yeah, I don't know.
Injuries are part of the game. If we have a game that we're down 20, but we're wanting to get our players in there, because that game, we had 20-minute games from the bench and 20-minute games from the starters. That's not how it should be. We should have 30 minutes for our starters and high 20s for our best guy, or low 20s, for our best bench guys, and more teens for our normal bench guys.
Right.
I understand.
Instead of 20-minute bench guys all the time, every game.
And we're not a deep enough team to do this shit.
No, we're not.
So I don't know what he's been doing all season long. The Killian Hayes over Jay and Ivy thing is ludicrous. And I am looking at how Ivy's been, recently.
Yeah.
We could have saw this shit in December.
Yeah, we could have.
But now we're seeing it in February. And now
let's start Killian Hayes over Jay and Ivy, top 5 pick.
Yeah, and if Troy Weaver didn't release Killian Hayes, I don't know if I can confidently say that Monty Williams is playing Jay and Ivy over. Can you?
No, I can't. I don't know what he's done that I'm like, oh, I love that from Monty. You know what I mean? What if you find stuff, show us, I guess. But there's
please.
What?
Please.
Where's the good?
We'll be watching.
Where's the most paid coach ever?
Highest paid coach. Oh my God.
It's bad. It's not good.
We're talking about this when the expectations of the season were playing. We're looking at 8 wins in February.
Dude.
We had the worst losing streak ever. And I don't know what to say about the man. Is there good to say? There's been games that we're watching. I'm yelling while people are sleeping in the same house. Call a fucking timeout. Please. Because it is driving me crazy. I'm literally going insane, and I will... The 24th, if we start doing this stupid shit, I'm going to be yelling. If I get kicked out, I get kicked out.
He's gonna start that game with all bench, and we're only gonna see all bench that game. We'll never see Cade.
I'm gonna walk out.
We'd be gone. I would not stay there.
I don't care if I paid.
We're getting a bobblehead and we're leaving.
We're getting the Cade bobblehead. We're leaving. And I don't know, like
$70 bobblehead.
We're going home and we're making a podcast, and we're just gonna go. We're going crazy.
We're going ham.
Because I'm already going pretty ham right now. I'm not gonna lie, and I've said a lot of f-bombs.
Well, like moving guys like Bagley over like James Wiseman when he's so not efficient and does nothing good. Just he needs to be one of the guys that's immediately gone. If he's still on the team next year, there's no point of even watching our team. Because if you're down -30, if you're -30 plus minus, but we want to play you because you're young, we're gonna lose every game.
And if you're trying to compete, by the way, and not even compete, but not be an embarrassment, Mike Muscala. I know he's not a crazy big name. He spaces the floor, and he has a positive net rating.
Yep.
So I don't know what you want. I know that Troy Weaver
he's
traded
so much more
Saddiq
experience
Bey.
too. So many more years of experience under his belt.
And I know that Troy Weaver traded Saddiq Bey for James Wiseman. Well, that was dumb then. It's dumb now. Good. I hated that move then. I hate that move now.
Saddiq Bey dropped 50 in a game before.
Yes.
And we got James Wiseman.
He's averaging 13. He's averaging 13 this year. I mean, Wiseman's averaging. I don't even know.
I don't know. -30 plus minus. There you go.
I don't care.
I don't care either. I really don't.
I'm a stat junkie. I don't know that stat, and I will not be looking at the stat after the podcast.
No, I really don't.
I hate that. I hate it. I still hate it. It's not going to get better. Pistons fans, I'm sorry. The top the top of this organization is not good. Tom Gorza, the owner, has his hand in a jar it shouldn't be in. Troy Weaver. I liked the Quinn grind. There's some moves that are giving me a little optimism. I don't trust you. I can't say I trust you. But with that being said, I have to trust you because the guy at the top isn't going to get rid of you. Monty Williams, right. I genuinely despise you as our coach currently. Maybe you change my mind. I really hope you do. I really do.
I hope. For how much he's getting paid, he's got to show us something.
I'm not the guy that I want to be right. I want my team to perform accordingly. That's why I'm getting upset. Because this year had a lot of promise.
Yes.
The Rockets, how they did this year, is like kind of how we wanted to be this year. A team that was winning games, a team that was not having the worst losing streak, and a team that was going for the play-in, had times even in play-in contention. We've been the 15th team for like 90% of the season, 95% of the season. And I understand we're only one game off. But
we went 2-1 to start the season.
Yes.
And that was our best point.
Yeah.
We were like, oh yeah.
Yes.
We were
talking
like,
so much shit.
Oh yeah, at that point we're like, yeah.
We up now.
We up.
And we so down. We up.
Let alone, did we know we would never see that many wins in the next coming months for a long time.
We never win in November. We never win in a month.
Nope.
Oh no.
It's bad.
A lot of people are saying that they're not gonna cover the Pistons because of this stuff, especially earlier when the losing streak was going on. We're gonna keep covering them because we like basketball.
Yes, and it's the Pistons. It's if you can like maintain a unsuccessful team like this same way for a long time, that would be very impressive.
Yeah.
So it's not always gonna be like this. Better days always come, whether or not that's winning or making it far in the playoffs or just making playoffs in general.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it'll be
being a respectable team.
Yes, being a basketball team and not a college team.
Yes.
At times.
There's some college teams I bet they could probably, especially during that losing streak.
Could have whooped us.
I'd be close.
Could have whooped us.
I'd be close. I mean, the coaching way. I mean, just have Coach K come back with Duke or something.
Easy dubs for them.
Oh yeah.
Easy dubs.
Or I don't know. Coach,
because we had injuries too. Oh yeah, easy dubs.
Yeah.
You're not playing no Cade. You're not playing no Ivy or some crap. Yeah. You're facing off against Wiseman. He's gonna hand you the ball every play.
He's gonna hand
you the
ball.
There you go.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I don't know if I've ever seen an actual -28 plus minus box score before.
I mean,
that's terrible.
I don't know if I can say that I have either.
That's
I don't know. If
really
I can
bad.
Say
Maybe
that,
we should have looked into that.
Yeah.
Seen how bad historically that is.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's worse, but
it's bad that our team's at that level.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
I think it's that specific player, but yes, our team is kind of. It's a scheme too. Like every time we came on the court, we just gave him the ball.
Yeah.
Oh, we're scheming up with Wiseman. Oh, then we give it to him, and then it's bad. Yeah. I think it's part of a lot of things that just aren't going well in that sense.
And I think it starts from the top, but at the same time, I think that we still have building blocks. I don't think that all hope is lost, but it's a frustrating time right now. And Pistons fans, you have every right to express frustration and discontent with this stuff. This is a storied franchise with multiple championships, a history that is very good. But with that being said, the last 10 years has been fucking terrible. It's been horrible.
Not good.
I understand the Blake Griffin making the playoffs. That was decent. I'll take that. But really, ever since about 2008, the Pistons haven't been very relevant. It's not. Even when we made the playoffs, it was a first round.
Not in terms of contenders standpoint. No, not at all.
And it's frustrating.
Drummond as your second is probably not winning you.
No.
Championship.
No.
Oh man. Drummond as your second.
And I don't know. I like the trade deadline moves. Did you like the trade deadline moves? I know we haven't seen Grimes.
You can't really tell.
Right.
I don't think you can tell yet.
What about Tech 19? Tech 19?
I like him. Yes, he's very good for it. He's been very good out there.
Right.
Making good plays, space in the floor. The
playing
thing that
defense,
we wanted from the beginning of the year. Playing defense. Yeah, exactly. Because Wiseman don't know that either. So.
Well, and neither does Troy Weaver to get the players like that.
Allstar?
Can't shoot. Around Cade and Ivy that requires.
Oh.
It's so simple, but by the way,
who else would you have taken at that pick?
I know I'm not mad at the Sar pick. I'm just saying that the roster around it, we should have had him being more of a bench role overall, or had more shooting around.
A large bench role, something like that.
Right, that sixth man, that maybe sixth, seventh.
He started off the year with some like generational numbers.
Oh yeah, defensively, right?
Like he was averaging 10 rebounds, 2 blocks, 2 steals. I was like, whoa.
Right.
Whoa.
Right.
And then he chilled out a little bit, but he put it in the hustle at the beginning of the season, that's for sure.
Right. And Sasser's coming on. I think this team has serious potential for sure. They're building blocks, and we're starting to actually put pieces. I'm not sure how the season's going to end, but if Troy Brown Jr. is still playing the way he's playing, I would like to pick up his team option.
That's a notable player. Yeah.
That's a guy who's a plus player, plus defender, guy who hits threes, a guy that doesn't turn the ball over.
He can kind of create a little bit. I'd like to see, instead of giving the ball to Wiseman, let's see Troy Brown create a little bit, something like that. Right. Instead of players with skill, not players with less skill than most other players.
Right.
That's all I'm asking. Yeah. But Ivy has been on a little stretch. Ivy's one of those guys, you get him rolling, he's rolling.
Yeah.
He really does.
You know what I saw? It was points per isolation. Jaden Ivey was in the top 10 or 15.
In the league, really. Wow. That's something.
That shows his explosiveness, but also shows the thing that I'm stemming back from my rant. The ignorance of Monty Williams to not set him up when he has the athleticism to have a burst by defenders to get to the rack, to set up.
And he has touch. He can shoot. It's not like he's a freaking 45% shooter, but he can shoot. And he can isolation shoot. We've watched him step back and hit shots over people.
And that's what he was drafted to be.
He was drafted to be an all-around point. Yes. That's what he is. He's 6'5". He's got everything else going for him.
Yeah.
Except for the control of his own minutes.
Yeah.
So.
And I understand he can be turnover prone, but we're already we're already losing. You keep putting Killian Hayes. I understand that Killian Hayes didn't turn the ball over
but this is what you're saying is Killian Hayes was starting first at the beginning of the season. That was Monty's decision. And where we're at now is Ivy is starting, putting up 25 points a game or some crap in this stretch that he's been on, and Killian is not in the league.
Yeah.
Huge.
Shanghai might have a new coach starting PG. Shanghai Sharks.
But does that make sense for that coach to make that decision?
No, it doesn't. You're not going to get me to say very many kind words about Monty Williams. And we were all excited about this guy. Remember?
So excited.
Remember in August?
You wanted him too. You're like,
I was so wrong.
You said the Suns fired Monty. You're like, hopefully you get Monty, man.
So wrong.
He's good at developing guards, man.
I couldn't have been more wrong.
He tried to develop a guard, but it was the wrong guard.
Yeah.
It was the wrong guy.
He thought he was the smartest guy in the room.
Because what? We have Cade, we have Ivy, and we had Killian. So you're starting Killian. You're somehow playing Cade a bunch of minutes as well, and putting him and Killian out there at the same time. And then Ivy's coming off the bench for how many minutes? I don't know.
Yeah.
It was bad.
And you're messing with his confidence. And when Ivy's confidence is through the roof, he plays.
Yes, he
lights
does.
out.
He does.
He does certain things. You can see it in the stretch. His confidence. He literally thinks the guy who's guarding him can't guard him.
Yes, that's his.
And he's gonna attack you, and he's gonna go dunk on you. He's gonna go finish over you, and he's gonna hit this 3 over you.
He's been one of the more exciting guys that we've gotten for sure. That I've been ready to see steps and levels from. And Monty just like we were so confused at the beginning of season 2. We're like, dude, what are we like? We're not starting Ivy.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole point of this team.
Yeah.
Is we got Kate and we got Ivy.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we picked up Ren. Let's go run it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we're gonna play Killian. We're gonna play Wiseman. We're gonna be bad.
Well, and for the chemistry things, like Killian and Cade might have better chemistry. Well, you can just have Ivy and Cade play together, and they're gonna figure it out. They're good enough players. I don't.
What does chemistry require? It requires time played together in the game. Mm-hmm. That's not what you're doing.
Yeah.
So that's not even a good argument either. Like, it's just all bad. We should probably move on before we just get in too far into this and talk about something good. Talk about something exciting.
Yeah. Because this is a negative thing, and it's.
I had to get that Wiseman, like, just.
And we went on a little tangent, but if you had to get your Wiseman thing out, I had to get my money.
They're both. I'm in agreement with both. It's just not a good situation.
But like you said, probably a good thing to move on.
Yeah.
To something more positive. Amon-ra St. Brown, Amon-ra First Down, Sun God, whatever you want to call him.
Everything, all in one.
It sounds like he's going to get an extension. Definitely very worth it.
I would love to see it. He had a great year.
Now, what are we looking at for the figure? We're looking at about $25 million a year is what has been reported. Of course, we don't know, and the time we know for sure, it's probably going to be when it's signed. You know what I mean?
That's about what the other good wide receivers of the league make. Guys who are in that top tier. Now, I don't know. What did he finish? He finished pretty high in yards, though.
Yep, I know that he finished first in the league with it was a PFF statistic though.
Oh, really?
But it was first for yards after catch. It was like 677.
Yep, because I mean, we're going back to some Super Bowl clips of him catching it and ripping people off his back and getting extra yards. Like that's just St. Brown. He's the little bulldog that you can't bring down very easy.
Yeah, but
for yards
I think he had 1,500 yards. He had a lot more touchdowns this year compared because he was actually not falling down on the foot.
He said something about that, didn't he? He was saying like he's like, dude, I can't just fall in front of the end zone. I'm getting in the end zone. Yeah. And the one he had flipped in was that regular season or playoffs.
That was against the. I think that was regular season. That
was regular season where he just flew himself in there, and he's like, I'm getting in.
Yeah.
He just wanted in every time this year.
Yeah.
He really wants those stats and those tutties. I think he just loves getting touchdowns.
Yeah. Well, and he's a high impact player. If you know what I mean,
start calling him St. Brown touchdown.
Yeah, St. Brown touchdown. He's got so many good nicknames, right?
Yes, he does. He does.
But the former 4th round pick, absolute steal. Brad Holmes masterclass. Now, looking at the top guys who make wide receiver money, Tyreek Hill makes $30 million. Devontae Adams makes $28 million. Cooper Kupp makes $26 million. A.J. Brown, who will be the same at $25. Real quick, A.J. Brown or Amon-ra St. Brown? Who do you think you would go with?
Okay. I think we're going to need to bring a little bit of context. If we're going A.J. Brown and St. Brown, because A.J. Brown, man, he's great.
Right.
A.J. Brown, A.J. Brown's thing is he will come down with the ball deep down the field with somebody on him.
Right.
Like, that's his thing, is contested catching and coming down with the ball like that. St. Brown, he's like you said, he's catch the ball, secure catching, and getting extra yards after the play. Right. That's St. Brown's thing. So it really depends on what you're looking for out of your receiver. Do you want a guy downfield, or do you want that guy for your short and sweets every time down the field?
Right.
You know. Now, Lions basis, I'm gonna take St. Brown. He's younger. He's got a little more life left in him.
Right.
For playing football is what I mean off that. But yeah, I think I take St. Brown.
Okay.
I like St. Brown.
I think that they are different wide receivers, and it's a tough thing. You know what I mean?
It's really what your team is building around. But if you had to pick one,
right?
Just kind of whoever you like, really, because St. Brown is here. Mm-hmm. It's not like St. Brown's not one of these top receivers, because that's something that people might say. Oh, is he Devontae Adams? Is he Tyreek Hill? Well, no, he's not those guys. But he's just at that same level, in that same caliber, and he's only going to get better.
Yeah.
Like, this is his,
third
year, and he has 1,500 yards, over 10 touchdowns. Great season. First in yards after catch, PPF grade. Like, dude's a beast.
Yeah.
Dude's a monster.
And it's only, like I said, it's only going to get better. He will be making, if this contract does go out, he will be making more than Stephon Diggs, DK Metcalf, and Deebo Samuel. Those are big-time names, big-time players, but at the same time, Amon-ra St.
They had their contracts at different times.
Yes.
Different.
The market's different. It's kind of difficult.
Yep, for sure.
Compared to Justin Jefferson, what he's probably going to get paid, because you're seeing like these top wide receivers, you're probably like, where's this guy? Him and Jamar Chase will definitely be getting big-time extensions, and I don't know where, I haven't heard much about Jamar Chase's, but I know that Jeff is looking for a payday.
Jeff wants the most, like you said. He wants to be the most paid in the league.
And that's probably going to be, with Tyreek being 30, he's probably going to get...
That's at least over 30, a year. That's quarterback money, like you were saying.
Geno Smith makes 35 annually.
Yeah.
So...
I could see Jeff getting 35, bro. I could really see him getting, like, some just fat money.
Can you, with it was 10 games, 1,000 yards? He had 1,000 yards this year for sure, and he missed a lot of time.
He missed a lot of time. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember. I think it was 10 games, but I don't want to say that for sure. He's an amazing wide receiver. The catch that he had against us in that one game, where he went up against two of our DBs. I want to say it was Branch and Kirby, but I could be wrong. Anyways, he comes up high, gets the ball, and it was like that play. I was just like. In real time, I was like, "That's a great play." Like, you can't say anything negative about that.
What else? What can the defense even do about that?
Yeah, you can't be like, "Why didn't you?" They completely mauled him when he caught the ball.
Even the year before, he had a catch like that where it was like didn't they need to get on the field in like late fourth quarter, and he went up for like a 20 or 30 yarder, one hand grab over somebody.
He's 23 years old.
I'm talking about a lot of life left.
Yeah.
That's a dude to watch out for. He is scary, and he is so dominant.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Madden player. He's just a made player that's just the best at it. It's just insane.
He's got amazing route running. He can do it all. He can go up.
It seems like he just finds out how to get open every time. He's amazing.
And maybe we can eventually talk about other teams
trading for just. Oh wait, I mean. Trading for Justin Jefferson.
Right. Well, actually, we're going to sign him.
We're going to sign him.
They're not. The Vikings are going to let him go.
They just don't have enough. Kirk is making too much, bro.
Yeah.
We'll pick him up. And have nobody else on the team besides St. Brown and Jeff.
Yeah. Do you think Kirk's going to return? That was not on topic, but
I don't know. It just depends on how he is after his Achilles, really.
Well, looking at the NFL honors, he
was moving around. Yes.
I've seen the scar though. The scar looks nasty.
I'm sure it is.
That's not.
It's never the same. I'm sure.
He's getting up. I think he's 35 years old. So, but at the same time, quarterback. He never was a mobile guy, anyways. So.
No, but we've seen with Aaron Rodgers. You get up in age, you get a lot of hits on you. All it takes is one good one.
Yeah.
Because whether he's mobile or not, he's gonna get sacked.
Right.
So he's going to take big hits by big dudes.
Right.
And see if he can hold up. He's been very underrated.
Oh, yeah.
For most of his career. But
he's
just
very
good.
On fire this year. Things probably are different if he stays healthy. I don't know how different, but I guess can't really... I don't want to predict because I don't know. You know what I mean? The NFL is so crazy. The NFL is so unpredictable that it's simply that... I don't know. They could have been better than the Packers, and maybe the Packers don't make it. They could have
maybe. But then, do the Cowboys lose to the Vikings?
I know, everything about that.
The Packers beat the Cowboys, so.
Mm-hmm. This NFC North is not a walkover.
This NFC North is pretty young in terms of most of our skill players and players that these teams are relying on. Justin Fields, Jahmyr Gibbs,
Might be
Sam
Caleb
Laporta.
Williams.
Might be Caleb Williams.
Might be Caleb Williams.
Justin Jefferson. Like, and of course they have Daniil Hunter and Kirk and all these guys that are veterans, but there's a lot of young talent in this NFC North group.
Even Montez Sweat now coming in, but
Montez Sweat, like Christian Watson, Jaden Reed. I'm gonna have to throw my boy in there, Dontavian Wicks, for that playoff tutty. I seen he got one, so that was pretty cool. But there's a lot of young guys. You think about Jordan Love. Jordan Love's still young. Mm-hmm. Like, there's so many guys that in this NFC North that are like, oh shoot, these are the guys. Oh, how are they gonna battle out?
Yeah.
And we're on top right now. We're gonna keep it that way.
We're gonna keep it that way.
St. Brown signing. We're moving to Panay signing.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if we really know a figure. I haven't heard a Rumen figure, but
for Panay.
Yeah.
Just give him it.
He's
back.
We're gonna do a blank check on this one.
Yeah.
If he wants to be the highest paid tackle, he can be the highest paid tackle.
For sure.
It's completely fine with me.
Yeah.
I don't care. I literally don't care.
Because if you're anybody from another team, you don't have this guy.
No.
And you don't have a guy like him.
A 23-year-old who is a left tackle, who moves like a damn near tight end when he's going across to make blocks. He can go stand out as a wide receiver for screens and just plow people. Not only can he just be a normal, great, amazing left tackle.
Plows, destroys,
he's versatile,
physically dominates, versatile, movement-wise, everything.
He's going to be the best tackle in the NFL eventually. Now, you can make the argument that he is. You can make the argument that he's not. Because there is some big-time guys like Lane Johnson and why can I not think of his name? 49ers guy?
Teron Armstead.
Yeah. No, left tackle.
49ers guy.
Trent Williams.
Yep, yeah. You're right.
Those two.
Armstead's a tackle.
D-tackle.
Teron Armstead?
Oh, sorry. I don't know why. I went to Arik. I don't know.
No, not Arik.
Because I said 49ers. That's why I said that.
Yeah. And there's even more guys, too.
Yeah.
There's a few other guys that are really good in the league.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But those guys are like the guys that have been that for a long time. They are getting older. Eventually, Panay will probably take that spot over. And he's only going to get better. He's a 23-year-old.
Yes. He's 23.
That's a guy that you
And he's getting
the
highest run block grades in not the Super Bowl, but in playoffs. Yes.
Like, he's doing things that honestly is only gonna become better. I mean, he's doing amazing things, and I'm so excited to see it. I mean,
oh man,
he's gonna be a staple of this offensive line.
Just being able to watch him
forever.
You know what? That's what Dan told him, and that's what they knew was, hey, we're picking you, and you're gonna be here, and you're gonna be this cornerstone. We're gonna ride off of you, and that's you literally see us do it every game. Him pulling, boom, take somebody out. Great O-line play. He just fills up our edges with Taylor Decker on the other side. We don't really have to worry about that. Oh, who's your big threat? You're gonna face Panay.
Right.
You worry about your threat because you're gonna have a tough time getting back by him because he is a monster and he is so good at what he does.
Right. You can just kind of put their best player on him, whatever they want to do, and you can feel comfortable about that. Of course, they can scheme things up to get that player off of Panay, and then maybe we're not feeling as comfortable. But at the same time, one-on-one, I'm confident.
Our whole O-line is filled out pretty well. I'm pretty confident pretty much anywhere. But like we said, Panay's there, and it's basically nobody's getting through Panay. Is what he's doing over there.
Right. And I think that Jonah Jackson is the big question mark because he is a pending free agent. I don't know if we're going to re-sign him. His health, you know what I mean?
His health has been a little bit of a problem.
But at the same time, we will see, of course. I mean, if he comes back for cheap, then yes.
Right.
But and maybe not even a very long term,
lengthy term at all.
But I don't know if I can say that I want to put down a 4-year deal for him.
No, not if he's having too many issues.
And we missed him in the playoffs from injury. Like I know, you can say some are freak injuries, but eventually it comes down to this guy just might be a injury-prone guy.
It just might be a little issue for him. Yep.
And I like the guy that was drafted here. Not anything against the guy at all.
No.
But what I will say is he is got to stay healthy because availability is the best ability.
It is the best ability.
Oh my. This isn't... Dude, these animals, I swear.
Nah, they're fine. People love them.
That'll be the staple of the podcast.
Yep. You'll get a little appearance here and now.
But I guess to kind of wrap up our final topic, because
yes.
We had a signing, hopefully another sneaky grab.
Hopefully a sneaky grab.
Brad Holmes from the Canadian Football League, former, well, I guess it's technically in the NFL. He went undrafted in 2019. Went and didn't make it past the Chicago Bears training camp at the time.
Yep. So they picked him up after the draft, and he just didn't make it.
Yeah, kind of like a it's called a I guess an undrafted free agent. They sign him to a non-guaranteed deal.
Yep.
They make the team a training camp. Cool. If they don't, kind of like what happened with Jerry Jacobs, but he made the team.
Right.
So, with that being said, this man is Matthew Betts. He is a 6'3", 250-pound edge rusher. He, in 18 games for the Canadian, in the Canadian League, had 18 sacks, 4 forced fumbles, 42 tackles, and had some special team work with 2 special team tackles.
Yep.
Which might be a thing. Dan and Brad love versatile players. They love that stuff. They love guys that they can stick in multiple spots.
Yes, they do.
And this could be a guy that maybe that's why they wanted him. They wanted him for ability to put him on the edge, maybe if he makes it. But also, let's put him on special teams. We need a tackle. So
yep. I've watched a little bit of his highlights in that league, and it just seems like he's got a very big engine in him. He's always going. He's never lets the play. He's never done on a play. He's always going. Mm-hmm. Kind of like what we talked about with Chase Young. Sometimes he lets plays get away from him, and doesn't care for some reason or whatever. But this guy's like that quarterback. If that quarterback gets out, he's gonna find him. He's gonna find a way to get out of that block or whatever he's in, and he's gonna go chase down the quarterback. That's what I've seen from him. He's just always in the right spot, always containing, always just going. That's what I've seen. So,
and I think that's a culture fit. You know what I mean? That's it.
Yep.
Like, you guys might not think that Craig Reynolds is the best running back, but that block when he set up that touchdown, that massive block,
huge block, that
is the definition of this culture.
Yes.
A guy who's going and putting his body on the line for his teammate to set up a play, and what that play ends up, that turned into 6 points.
Yep.
So that's the type of stuff that this team is building off.
And bro got a playoff tutty, so he's really not that bad.
No.
We can scheme him into stuff pretty well.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing. He's been here, and he's just fit really well.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if Matthew Betts. Hopefully we're saying his name right. I know his name.
Yes,
maybe
Canadian, right.
Possibly not Matthew, but
right,
Betts
right.
we're sure on Betts probably.
Well, we also last podcast butchered
Jaime Jaquez's name. We said Jamie Jaquez.
Yeah, didn't realize.
That's what we thought.
Yeah, we just read it off of
English language. How do you say it? English language.
Verbiage. Is that what
or the way you say things, basically.
Right. I guess tongue, maybe, I don't know, something like that. But yeah, and overall, if this guy doesn't work out, there's nothing we gave up. Nothing. There's nothing that
we just picked him up.
And that shows to our scouting department we're going in different avenues. We're looking at the Canadian Football League. I bet that we're looking at the minor leagues, that the XFL, stuff like that. Stuff going
like that.
The USFL. I'm sure we are looking deeper into these minor leagues to find these sleeper guys that could have revivals in their careers.
Yep.
Former NFL players.
Revivals or just guys who haven't been looked at, and now they're really taking their chance and just performing well.
Right. All right. But maybe that's a sign. Maybe that's biscuit telling us that we need to close up the podcast.
Yeah.
All right.
Hopefully he does well, but
right.
And we see something out of this guy, but go ahead.
Right. Well, guys, thank you so much if you're still sticking with us. We had a great podcast. I feel like we covered some serious cool stuff. Please let us know in the comments. I always like talking in the comments. Washley will be in there. Talk to us about this stuff. Do you have a strong opinion? Do you love Monty Williams and you think my opinion's wrong? Let us know why.
If you got the proof, show us the proof of good plays that good things that Monty Williams done. Show me some good James Wiseman plays and not negative terribleness. Maybe that'll help me come around. I don't think I'm coming around to James Wiseman.
Any Canadians that know a lot about Matthew Betts may want to give us some insight. That'd be actually really cool.
Yeah, love that. Let us know if he's really that guy or not, because that's a lot of sacks.
Yeah,
that's a lot of sacks.
A lot of sacks, big, and that's good to also see for the Canadian Football League.
That is cool. That is cool.
But anyways, guys, thank you so much again for sticking with us. We're gonna keep doing these podcasts, keep punching them out once a week. And keep checking us out on YouTube at my tag Drew Orchard, or on Spotify Locked In with Drew and Wes. My links are on the screen, and you can check me out. More content, like they said, the shorts if you want to check me out. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. Stay safe and peace.
We'll see you.